Hello and welcome to another episode of Security 101. And this week I'm going to cover a topic that we've kind of talked about, and if you ever watch our Security Decoded show, we've talked a lot about it actually, and that is social engineering. So I still get the question, I don't quite understand the social engineering. So what I've gone through is I've written some notes down there kind of off to my right. So if you see me look over there, that's what I'm doing. Because it's a lot of stuff I want to cover, and I want to make sure that I put it out there exactly as it is. So social engineering, and this is a technical definition of social engineering. It's the art of manipulating people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. So basically, sum that up, somebody's contacting you and trying to get you to give up something that is personal or private to you. And they're going to make up some kind of fancy lie, and it's called a confidence trick. And it's a type of confidence trick for the purpose of information gathering, fraud, gaining computer system access. So there's a number of different things. Some people will call you and say that something's wrong with your computer. And this could be somebody at work. So this happens a lot at people's work. If somebody calls up and says, hey, I'm from the help desk. I see your computer's having a problem. What can I do to help you? And you may just be having a problem. Like, oh yeah, how'd you know that? Yeah, and you got this problem. So they help you fix it. And in that process of helping you fix it, they somehow install a backdoor or malware so they can get into your machine later. And they may have helped you with your problem, and you think it's normal, it's a help desk, no big deal, and you go on, and in the meantime, people are getting into your machine through backdoors, or you now have malware sending out information. And that is social engineering. They socially engineered you into helping them install software. So there's a couple other names for this, and it's called pretexting, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And in other countries, pretexting is also called blagging and bohoing. I hope I said that right. And it's basically a very elaborate lie with some previously gathered information. So they may have socially engineered somebody else to get some information about you or your company that you're working for, and then they call you with that information, and it makes it seem like to you they know what they're talking about. So it kind of gets them more trust with you, and you get that information out. So the other, and that's just typically done over the phone. Actually, people physically do this as well. They'll walk up to somebody and have enough information saying, hey, I talked to so-and-so and I got this and I have this problem. Can you help me figure out this? Or I talked to your boss yesterday and he said, bring this by, but he's not here. Can you give me his phone number? I'll give him a call. Okay, so I got a phone number for your boss. And then they'll go somebody else and they get something else for your boss. And I've seen this actually physically happen where people are calling up on the phone and getting information from different people, trying to put together this information package about a person by using other people around them to give them the information, and they basically have confidence because they have enough information that they seem legit. So that's the whole thing around pretexting and all that. So phishing is an email version of this, and what typically happens with phishing is you'll get an email, and let's say it's from somebody you trust, eBay or your bank, or an eBay will call or send you an email. Maybe you just ordered something on eBay, which makes it even more convincing. Is eBay says, we have a shipment update for you, and you go and you look at it, and you go to a fake page, and you log in with your credentials for eBay, and then they'll forward you on eBay. So you go there thinking you really did that, you really got to eBay, because you did ultimately get to eBay. But in that process, they have captured your information. Now they have your eBay account, which is probably an email and a password to other accounts, and they'll start using that to go figure out other things. So you have to be very careful where you're going when it comes to phishing. And we do have an email video just about phishing in particular. I recommend you go watch the phishing email because it talks about how you can determine if a link is real or not real. The basic rule with phishing is if you get something from eBay or from your bank, don't follow the link in the email. Go to there directly. Bring your web browser up and go to your bank address, log in, and check out what they're telling you. Don't follow any links in email. That's the best thing you can do to prevent getting found by phishing. So here's an interesting fact. This is another long one I'm going to read. In 2003, a survey, information security survey, 90% of office workers gave researchers what they claimed was their password in answer to a survey question in exchange for a cheap pen. So if you think people don't give out their passwords, you're wrong. They give it out a lot, actually. Similar surveys in later years obtained similar results using chocolates and other cheap lures. And nobody ever made the attempt to validate the passwords, but the fact that they got what they said was a valid password from somebody for something so simple as a pen, people just pass passwords around, so it's very easy to pick up stuff like that. We always say protect your passwords, and this is part of the reason why. If your passwords, say your password's figured out for eBay, your email and password's figured out for eBay, and they know where your bank's at. What's the odds your password's the same at eBay in the bank? I bet their odds are pretty good. So you got to think about that. I know mine's not, but the average person, their passwords are the same. That's what we always say, use unique passwords. So, all right. I hate to say this, but question everything. I do question everything that I get. I never use a link in an email, even though I'm pretty sure it's probably accurate because I know what it is. I still will go directly to the site. I question everything that I get, and I don't trust anything that comes in via email, except for like maybe something from family. But even some family emails, and I hate to say this, are phishing emails forwarded to me that they say, check this out, look at what do you think of this. So if I go to that link, I'd be, be falling to phishing along as well. So I've had very many times go back to family and say, hope you didn't click that. Or, you didn't do that, did you? Things like that because of the phishing emails. So that's it for this week on Security 101. We'll see you next week. For show notes for this show, contacts, and more, go to the techzen.tv website where you can get show notes for all of our shows. We love to hear from our viewers and listeners. We have an email, a Twitter, and a phone number where you can contact us for each show. For details, visit the techzen.tv website and get the show details. You can also make a video and upload it somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo and then just send us a link. You never know, you may see your video in a future show. You can get all of our shows delivered automatically to your favorite device by going to your favorite podcast website like iTunes and subscribing. Each of our shows also has a YouTube channel you can subscribe to get regular updates. Our shows are also available on most internet radio networks like Stitcher and TuneIn Radio. You can also watch and listen to our shows on Xbox, TiVo, and Roku. You can even find us on your Zune.